Nouvelle chicane.
6/10 away after the middle sector. Oh, and all sorts of traffic.
Yeah, that's all I had, guys. I thought it was a decent lap.
Yeah, no, it was, mate. So Leclerc 12, Hamilton 19.
And Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, the Monegasque racer, is on provisional pole position for his home race. But we've still got everybody's final lap to come. Lewis Hamilton is having a horrible day so far. He's in 7th place at the moment. He'll start 7th on the grid. Oh, and he's right up to the wall on the exit of the right-hander. Maybe even brushed the wall, Jolyon Palmer.
He tapped it. He's done a very good first sector. He's pushing to the absolute maximum here on his last flying lap. But he did touch the wall. I think he's got away with it. Down to the right-hander before Poitier. 2 attempts to turn into the chicane at the end of the tunnel. Now he's into the fast corners. He's lost a bit of time though in the middle.
He's 3/10 away from Charles Leclerc at the moment, so if he could get up to sort of 6th place here, Hamilton, but that's about it. He's backed off. Hamilton has backed off, so he's going to try and do one more lap now as he comes through the final corner. There's 25 seconds left on the clock, and Leclerc's in the wall. Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari has crashed, which might seal pole position. Leclerc crashing might have guaranteed him pole position for the Monaco Grand Prix. He's in the wall on the exit of the swimming pool section, the quick right-left chicane where we've seen so many cars crash over the years, and with 18 seconds left on the clock, when they restart the session there won't be enough time for anyone to do another lap. And so Leclerc, in the wall, might have just taken pole in Monaco.
Verstappen had just done the fastest first sector of anyone and was looking to improve, as was Bottas. Hamilton, though, cannot improve. He will start 7th.
7th on the grid, so Charles Leclerc will start on pole position for Ferrari. Verstappen 2nd for Red Bull. Bottas 3rd for Mercedes, 4th Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari, 5th a brilliant job from Lando Norris in the McLaren, 6th Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri, 7th championship leader Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes on a track where it's very difficult to overtake. We're in for a grandstand Grand Prix tomorrow, Steve. Well, you know what everyone's thinking now, right?
I'm thinking it.
We're all thinking it. We're all thinking Schumacher-Rascasse, but just with a bit more conviction.
Yeah. The thing is, it's very hard to argue this, but how many times does the guy that's provisionally on pole crash, and how many times does the guy that's not provisionally on pole crash?
We're just getting a replay of him here as he hit the wall on the inside and gone straight on. Yeah, he's broken the front. That's not. I don't think that's deliberate, honestly. Just to be clear, we weren't really.
He's properly clonked the wall on the right to the point where it's damaged the suspension, let alone then taking the sausage curve into the wall on the outside. But the suspension damage has done it from hitting the wall. You know what? I don't think he's done it deliberately, but I think he's taken a risk knowing that if something happens, he's going to be on pole, or worst case, he's going to be on the front row. I think you can, if you're on provisional pole, you can take these crazy risks, because the worst thing that happens, apart from too much damage to your car, and we'll have to wait and see if the damage is, if they have to replace significant parts, there could yet be a grid penalty for Leclerc.
Yeah, because the rear right is fairly bumped, actually.
Yeah, so for all the potential jubilation for Leclerc, all it needs is too much damage at the rear of the car where you've got the gearbox, and suddenly he's getting a 5-place grid penalty and it goes very sour. So, but I think that you can take more risks when you are the man on provisional pole on the last run in Monaco.
So, well, Hamilton 7th on the grid. I'm so excited for tomorrow's race. Okay, Monaco procession, but Verstappen will want to win. Verstappen will be aggressive. Leclerc will want to win his home race for Ferrari, where he's just put it on pole position. Bottas in there in 3rd in the Mercedes. Sainz will be frustrated with that 4th place. Norris 5th, Gasly 6th, Hamilton, one of his worst qualifying performances in recent years.
And a long way away from his teammate, nearly half a second off Bottas, who was there or thereabouts. If you would say normally Hamilton could be a couple of tenths up on Bottas,
he's in the mix.
He's right there, but for some reason he's not got the car working as he would like normally, and hasn't basically put the time on the board. The last lap that he did was looking much quicker, but he tapped the wall at the corner before Portier, and then backed out of it knowing there'd be one more attempt, but he never got that one more attempt. He was winding up for something that was going to save him a little bit, and Leclerc crashing has put pay to that and compounded his misery there.
Vettel 8th, Perez 9th, Giovinazzi 10th, Ocon, Ricciardo, Stroll, Raikkonen, Russell the top 15, Tsunoda, Alonso, Latifi, Mazepin and Schumacher will be the 20 drivers tomorrow. Jenny?
Yeah, Leclerc's made his way back. He's just gone to the garage. Then he's being told that he has to go back and go where the top three are. He's getting loads of cheers and applause from the home fans. Of course, he's a local boy. His mum's a hairdresser just around the corner. But I wonder what Verstappen's going to say here. Does Verstappen think that was done on purpose? I think there'll be a lot of whispering and a lot of conspiracies floating around that paddock tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Verstappen won't have seen it, I suppose. Well, he's probably seen the Ferrari getting craned away, but...
The big news for Verstappen, he starts on the front row.
Yeah.
It's not pole. Maybe he could have had pole, but if everyone did a final lap, it might have gone worse for Verstappen than it is.
Let's hear from our top three. Paul di Resta is going to be speaking to them.
Again, to the qualifying session there at the end. Obviously, your last lap didn't count, but lining up P3 could be P2 depending on Leclerc's damage.
To be honest, I couldn't hear anything you said, but for me, it's disappointing I didn't get my last run with a red flag, and that's how it is sometimes. But I kind of left everything out there for the last run. Yeah, the first run wasn't really enough for pole, but in the second run with the prep lap that we did, actually was feeling good. I was quite a bit down on my lap time, so I'm gutted.
It looks like it's been a very difficult weekend for using Mercedes. You've been trying a lot of setups. Did you get the car how you wanted it for qualifying?
I think we made good progress throughout the weekend with the car, and definitely happiest with it in qualifying. And I think
red flag, keep the delta positive. So Leclerc crashed it conveniently, exit of 16.
Well done. It was coming.
So he's on pole, Verstappen P2, you're P3.
That's sure he crashed on this. That lap was going to be hit.
Yeah, unlucky Valtteri, but great job.
I was so ready.
But of course, yeah, the red flag ruined the chance for pole, but we'll see. Nevertheless, I think so far a very good weekend. We recovered well from Thursday, so not too bad.
Do you feel like the strategy in qualifying, because I think you only did one lap in your first run, and you obviously planned for the end. There's always a risk when you take that, isn't there?
Yeah, but I mean, you don't expect... I mean, of course, it's easy to have a red flag here, but you don't expect it. So you, of course, always plan around the best possible strategy, and it was working out well, but yeah. It's just a shame about the red flag.
Well done. Charles, the grandstands went a bit mental there. I mean, home race on pole position, it's been a tough weekend. Talk us through it.
It's a shame to finish in the wall. It doesn't feel the same, but at the same time, I'm incredibly happy about my first time lap. The first corner was quite tricky. I didn't do a great first corner, but then second and third sector, I nailed it, and just very, very happy to be on pole. Obviously, it was very, very difficult to manage myself mentally after